Hey everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting off the computer. Sorry, the cat is like, you can sit next to it, don't sit on it. We're back after like 10 minutes from the indie show. I'm going to do a little bit, see if anybody hops in here. I'm doing it. This is going to be what I'm sending to CGC. I'm actually getting ready, literally hoping to get this packed up and sent off tomorrow, if not Thursday for sure. You're driving me nuts. Just move a little bit so they can see my face. Just a little bit. I know. Some books to CGC. Before I start showing those books, probably going to do a little rant about the status of things and why I'm still sending to CGC this time. So we'll do a little bit of that. We'll give just a little bit for people to hop in here before we start going through that. And then we'll talk a little bit about what I'm sending, why I'm sending it. If you watched my whatever report a couple weeks ago, you'll know that basically most of the books I talk about there are going, plus a few others. So we'll dig into this and justification, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it now, that kind of thing. So, all right. Well, I got two people in the chat. So CGC, this stage, I don't think we know what the Blackstone thing is going to be, and I don't think we're going to know for a little while exactly how that's going to affect things. Obviously, they just named a new president. Hey, Cameron, what's up, man? But I am going to send this submission to CGC. I'm not sending it to CBCS, despite the freaking ridiculous turnaround times, which I looked, and Big Will was saying something about like, oh, it's going to be longer. Well, that's because, they up their turnaround time like another 10 days since I had done the math originally. Send all your something's going to. Well, I only basically have that one. I have an 8th printing of that one, and then I have issue number 16. There's TJ. TJ is going to be. So TJ made a hilarious thing on Instagram this morning. You should go watch it. Or go look at it. It's amazing. It's really funny. Talking about, CGC. And George, you have a link if you want to hop in, man. I can send DJ or this is super last minute though, so don't feel obligated. I just was like, oh, I should send a link to somebody before I do this. It was hilarious. It was really good, really well done. TJ's IG. Just for the books, but then like when he does the humor stuff, it's even better. It's even better. It was hilarious, and then he took a shot at me because I've been talking about potentially sending stuff to CBCS. But it was funny though because I was working on this submission last night, made final decisions, actually filled out the paperwork. I got the packing slip already made, the order's already in. I just got to pack it up and send it. I did that last night, at 11, so I didn't. It was super funny. It was really good. So why am I sending the CGC right now? Because I have a $150 credit. But here's the thing. I literally have to send now because they didn't apply it to my books that I sent before, even though they charged me after the credit. Because I sent the books, I filled out that form in February, sent the books at the beginning of March. My membership rolled over in April, and they charged me the full thing when they actually charged me for the books in June. When they finally charged me the books, about the time they were right before they graded them. So they didn't give me my $150 credit then. So I assume that was because it didn't apply it to a charge that was already in the system, whatever. Literally with the turnaround times, I'm hoping to get these to Jimmy. He's saying a month-ish, around a month. So if we can get them there by early September, I'm looking at right now with their current turnaround times, end of March, mid-March, end of March, getting this back, which means it's going to be almost up against, if they don't charge me again until they're grading, it's going to be almost up against the deadline for my membership to roll over, and I might not get my $150 credit. That's how far behind they are. 9 months out, I have to be concerned about getting my $150 credit. They're just now opening books from May, the first week of May. I get it. TJ has a huge, he's got a ton. You skip your court appearance. I get TJ's loyalty. I do. He's got so many CGC books, but I am not that loyal to any company. Like no corporation is getting my loyalty that TJ has for CGC. They haven't earned it, and now I haven't been dealing with them as long. They have not earned my loyalty to that degree. Like if I send another order in the next few months, because my credit will be used at that point, I'll have to seriously consider going the other direction if they haven't got their act together. My frustration with them is they're way behind. They claim they were hiring people and raising rates to get back. Basically the turnaround rate has doubled since then. And it appears to me they're hiring all these new people and they're putting them on games and cards, and they keep expanding on signature events, and they don't seem to like be working on it. Hey Jimmy, like I'm sure they are, but it's pretty frustrating, and I hope they get their act together. I really do. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. But for now, this is what I'm doing. But like I feel like I have to send them now in order to get to my $150 credit, and that doesn't roll over till like the end of April. But that's how far behind they are. So anyway, that's my little rant. I'm not very happy. CBCS is way behind too, not as far. But it's just it's frustrating. I mean, I realize they got swamped. This year has been crazy. I don't blame them completely for getting swamped. I do blame them for doing a signature event every 5 minutes. Uh-oh. Here we go. Now you guys better be ready. George, what is going on, my brother?
Dude, I didn't even respond. I didn't see my email until you said something.
Oh, I literally sent it like 30 seconds before I hit the live button.
Oh, well, there you go. And then
I was like, I went in here and I'm like, and I'd seen Jimmy, because I'd sent something to Jimmy about like hopping on with me because I was going to go through the books I was about to send him. And he was like, can't make it, but I'll be in the chat. And I was like, you know what? I should see if anybody else wants to go. So I was like, here are the 3 most likely that would just hop on at last minute.
I'm in, y'all.
All right. I've ranted about CGC. My little rant. Unless you want to add something to it. You want to see some books?
No, man. They're about to get ready to grade video games.
I know.
Instead of comic books.
Yeah. Like, mother. They made that announcement. I was like, are you kidding me? Get your house in order before you do that. Is all my point is.
I don't care about the video game part because I think it would be a completely separate business unit. It's not like they're taking comic readers away from it. They claim that,
they were hiring all these new employees. So to get caught up, it appears to me like they hired all these new employees to start doing video games.
Yeah, that too.
So, I don't know. The fact that they're literally opening books from the week of May 3rd is like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, it's a little rough over there right now, but
yeah. It is definitely rough. All right. So basically, I'm going to make you small, put you in the corner, put George in the corner. I know.
I'm glad I could be here for that.
We'll do this. And then I'll show books, and we'll make you big while I'm showing books in the corner.
Perfect. That's why people tuned in to your channel, is to see my face. All right, flip it back.
There's no evidence that new employees. Nobody knows what they're doing for sure. Nobody. Georgie was a baby. Yeah, nobody put George in the corner.
So. Hey, I could say nothing bad about Jimmy right now because he currently holds thousands of dollars worth of comic books.
So you gotta be nice.
So right now, Jimmy's flawless. I absolutely agree. I'm definitely a baby. Not a problem.
That's true. He's about to have quite a bit of my value. So last night I went through, decided on my final list what I was going to send. I originally thought about splitting this basically into 2, and like given what the turnaround times are, I'm just going to do as many books as I thought I could afford right now, and just send them and do it in one thing. Yeah, they'll eventually be grading everything. Yeah, I know. He won't hold that over you either.
Well, sorry, George. There was a pressing accident. I don't know what happened.
Things happen. Yes, we know the reference, but it still was funny. So went through, and then I double checked. Like I pulled my books out, looked at them, made sure like what I was thinking they were in my memory is actually what I was sending, like in terms of grade and condition, and that I had realistic expectations. So I have all my predictions on a backing board as always. So let's get into this. I've talked for 10 minutes and I haven't showed a book. So 15, which will be the most I've ever said at one time. I'm sending 15 books. All modern. This is going to be a modern submission. Most of these, somewhere 8 to 10 of these are probably going to be for sale once I get them back. Like that's really what a lot of these are about.
Can you get yourself like a dolphin sound effect for
flipping? I should. Like I should.
Oh my god, that would just make my day.
I know you'll find me one, but
I'll work it. I'll get to work.
I was trust. Let's see. Wait, do I still have? Hang on. Let me see. Like I had them in here at one time. That stuff you sent me. Oh, I think I deleted it. I had it in here at one point. Like you had the little dolphin things you'd sent me that one time.
That's right.
Like that I was going to use, and then I didn't use them the night that like I was going to use them, and then I don't have them anymore. These aren't worth the higher tier, TJ. that would double or triple my costs. I don't have that. He's not. So then I wouldn't make any money off of flipping the books to use the higher tier. Yeah. Grading pretty much, but there's big. Yeah, well, that game went for $1.5 million or whatever it was from 90s. The 90s video game went for $1.5 million. Insane.
Mario Nintendo 64 went for 1.5 million bucks. I mean, here's the deal: it's ridiculous unless you find someone to buy it from you, or you really are into it.
Well, I mean, is it really any more ridiculous than spending that kind of money? People spend that kind of money. How much do they spend for that Ghost Rider? I mean,
yeah,
it's just what you care about, what you love, but it's just the market is just for all that kind of stuff is just insane right now.
I will say that I agree with Brett that I don't personally understand it.
Right.
I know why, like overall, because people are willing to pay for it, and that's why there's a market out there. But to me, I do not.
Yeah. Standard is 95 versus 115. Like it's not even that like much of a difference, even. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like they're just swamped. And oh yeah, here you go.
That's right.
All right. I still haven't shown a book. Now we're 13 minutes in.
Yeah, you're worse than Comic Head 84 now.
I am. I'm definitely pulling an 84 tonight. That's for sure. All right. Most of these people have seen. I showed them off the other day. I grabbed over the last couple of years. I've grabbed 3 copies of Thor #1, the Jane Foster as Thor, and hopefully these will be back before the movie comes out in May. Like at this point, so that at least 2 of the 3 I'm going to sell. If I find a deal on another one, I might get another one. I don't know. But like at least 2 of the 3 are going to be for sale. Grade wise on those, I think 2 of them are strong 9.8 candidates. I don't even really think the cleaning of press is going to like affect them, like what grade they get. I think one of them has a little bit of the like bindery thing in the corner, just a little bit that maybe they'll, if they're really harsh that day, might bump it down. But I think those are both 9.8s. The third copy needs a press. Even with a press, I'm thinking it's a 9.4. Like it's just like the press is going to help it a little bit, but it's got enough ticks and stuff. That was a $2 book that I found at a vintage stock, like in the back thing. So I only have $2 in that. So if it comes back a 9.4 and I sell it for $100, I made money off of it.
So you would want to sell 2 of them, and you would hope to keep one of the 9.8s if you had 2 of them?
Yeah, that's probably my plan for that book. Because I actually really enjoy that run. Like I've read that run long before they were going to do. Like I'm a big fan of that run, so I will keep one of those for sure. So
excellent. Unless
I snag another copy somewhere along the line, like that, maybe I'll keep it instead or whatever. But so those were always going. I also grabbed the Fiona Staples 1 in 25. Of that same book. So that's going. That also, I believe, is a 9.8. For some reason, people like to claim this is her first full of the #2 as her first full, and it goes for decent value. I snagged 2 of those for good prices. So both of those I think are 9.8. And again, I'll probably keep one for me just for the heck of it, just because I care, like I enjoy that run. Hey, we got some more people jump in here. Jay Hood, what is going on, man? So there's what, 5 books, 6 books, 6 books. Yeah, there's 7 Thor related books in here, and then this is God of Thunder 25, where there's a panel of her with the hammer. So yeah. Now this one is, what did I put? I put 9.6. It's got a couple of spine ticks. I don't think, like, it won't hurt to press it, but I don't think it gets it above a 9.6. So this one is, and that one probably will just be mine because I only have the one copy. So we'll see if I move that one on. That's one of those that maybe goes, maybe I keep. So there's like, yeah, that's super quick. There's 7 of my 15 books are all things I invested in. Jane Foster Thor for Thor Love and Thunder for next year to like try to move next spring. So, which I'll keep anywhere from 2 or 3 of those at the most. Yeah. So next is the only like really older modern book that I have in the stack, which is the one I just recently grabbed, my DC Comics Presents 26. I'm going to go on and get it in. This one, like, needs a press. It's got one of the corner, like this corner on the back, it's got a little ding that I think should press out and won't cause any problems. I think is it this corner? I think it's top back here. I think it's this one. It's got a little bit of a little ding in it that needs a press. Otherwise, this book is really nice. It's got 2 spine ticks. I'm hoping 9.4 at least on this. I really think it's a good shot. The back is pretty darn clean.
Clean.
Like, I mean, there's a little dirt, but it's not dirty. It's pretty clean. Like, TJ will have a cow that I'm going to do this, but like, no, you dare. I'm just going to pull the board out.
Hey, look away, TJ. Look away.
I'm not even going to touch the book. I'm going to pull the board out. And it's just not even going to pull it all the way, but just so Jimmy can get an idea of what the back looks like.
Yeah, that looks rough.
Yeah. Terrible, doesn't it? So, yeah. So, but yeah, so super hopeful what that comes back. I really think it's got a shot at a 9.4. I don't want to get my hopes up any higher than that because it does have a couple spine ticks. So I don't think it's going to go higher than that, but if they want to be generous, I won't complain.
TJ picked up a copy of Spider-Man 59 today.
I think a copy of 59. Nice. Very nice. I need to, like, that's the one I'd like to upgrade my copy of, but yeah, I need to, next time I send, I'll probably, I don't know if I'm going to send the one Los gave me or not. It's like marginally grade high enough, which is what he said to start to be worth it, but I would, at some point, I either need to get a graded copy or just send that one. I haven't decided what I'm going to do there, but, so yeah, there's 8. So at this point, that's the first book that absolutely, I mean, I'm going to keep one of the Thors. I'm going to keep one of the Thor 2s probably. So I'm about 4 and 4 on sell and keep at this point. Next 2 books are definitely just to sell. Another $2 bin for first Jessica Cruz cameo in Green Lantern 20. And this is that prestige thing. And I don't think this book has ever even been opened. Like, it doesn't look like it's ever been opened. My guess is this should be a 9.8. I don't think Jimmy really even has to do anything to that because it's that prestige thing. And I don't think there's anything to even press. But, and then I have another copy. I just sold that one copy that I got back that was a 9.8. This one, I don't think gets the 9.8. I think there is a spine tick on the front that I think is enough that it'll keep it from getting it. There's a little bit of like finger bend on it also. Like it definitely needs a press, but I think that comes out. But I don't think you get past I think it's probably 9.6, but we're going to give it a shot.
No, take it out. It's out.
No, it's in. I've already like filled out the form.
It's a rookie move, bro. So I sent my books to Jimmy. And I haven't done the form yet because there's a couple books I'm waiting to see if he thinks they'll be a 9.8.
Yeah.
If he thinks they are, I'm hitting submit.
Right.
If not, I'm going to tell him to donate them.
Donate them?
Yeah, because they're not really worth much. So if they're not a 9.8, it's really not worth it.
Well, here's the thing. No more than I have in this book, like even a 9.6, I will make money off of it.
All right, then.
Like even a 9.4, if it sells for like, basically I'll have the grading fee in it. Like it'll go for over $100 in a 9.4. Like,
all right, then you're doing your business.
Yeah, so I'm just like, if I can make a little profit, then that's all I'm trying to do here. So
I've got like a mental block, dude, where anything that came after my birth date of 1983, I need to be a 9.8.
See, a lot of collectors are that way, which is why some of the values on modern stuff aren't there. But like, most of those books, 9.4, 9.6, still will go for over $100.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
Shitting on how much they're worth. Like, they're still worth money. I have a mental thing, and it's not.
Well, I know.
Yeah. Well, I know.
You know, you're just a pup. You're just a pup, George.
Yeah.
A young stuff. So next is my variant of Silk number 1.
Ooh.
I think this is a 1 in 25. This one does need a press. It's got a little ding in it, little finger bend, like right at the top. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. You probably won't. Yeah, between the top loader and the Mylar, you'll never see it. But like needs a press. But otherwise, that is literally the only thing wrong with this. Like it doesn't break color in any way, shape, or form. It's just a little bit of a little crink. So this I think is going to be a 9.8 after he deals with it. Yeah. And this is like a $400 cover.
Nice.
But that one's for me because I just love this cover. So like that one's not going anywhere. But I did snag.
Well, hold on. Back to the last one.
Yeah.
I'm not here just for to show my pretty face. Where I'm going to contribute.
There you go. I guess obviously can't say anything over 9.9.
So that last one, that's you think is going to be a 9.8 after a press. If it comes back a 9.6,
don't care. It's for me. I don't care. Yeah. So yeah, just let them breathe, JP. That one needs a press. Like a couple of them probably just need to go. Like there's a couple of them that he probably won't really need to touch. But like I'm just gonna send the whole batch to him. So like, and I'll let it. I'm not worried about it. What he charges, like smash them and make sure they're good. So.
I need some on-site grading so bad.
I know.
So bad.
I would say December there'll be some on-site grading. It'll be the only way you'll get. I wonder, like, so on-site grading for CGC. Does that mean you get your books back at the next con?
Dude, that might
turnaround times. Does that mean like next? Like, so if you put it in C2E2 of 2021, do you get them on C2E2 2022?
Well, I could deal with that if it was if they did the C2E2 in March.
Yeah, well, yeah, which I think they're going to. December. J-Hood supposed to be happening in December. So I snagged the second print of this that I found for pretty darn cheap. And the second print actually goes for slightly more than the first print in a 9.8. And I think this has got a shot at a 9.8 for sure, too. There's nothing wrong with this. So this will be a sell book because I already have the first print. And then I'm going to have that variant, too. So I'm like, I'll move that second print along. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about, there's a pretty penny. And the worst thing is I'm not going to know when they're going to take that money between now and like April of next year.
So I've been in talks with Jay-Z, right? So I'm going to be, I want to take over CGC. And when I take over CGC, we're taking your money right away.
I would prefer, like, to a certain degree, because then it's gone. Like,
yep, it's out of your bank account. You don't need to worry about it. And you're also going to get to click a box where you can have multiple tiers held and all shipped on the same shipment.
That would be nice.
See, I'm bringing things to the table right off the bat.
You're getting Jay-Z straightened out. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Nice. I'm going to go to a little mini con Saturday, actually. What is it? Rumble Con or something in Springfield?
That's not a real con.
It's not. They just call it that. It's like it's a show. It's a comic and toy show, but
it's a real con. I'm just being.
Yeah, but well, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a 1-day comic show basically. Yeah. But Daymers is going to meet me there, so looking forward to that.
Oh, sweet.
Because it's about halfway between us. Springfield is. So
okay.
All right. 3 more books. So those are basically all the books I showed off a couple weeks ago that I was thinking about. I'm going to send Thrawn #1. This is a maybe a hold, maybe a sell when he makes an appearance in live Star Wars canon, because people pay a shit ton for this book at that point. So this is basically, he appeared in the Dark Horse stuff when they did the adaptation of the books, and then this is his introduction to Marvel Comics. Oh, I know.
And Unruly, we're proud of you, man.
No. I'm going to get them. There you go. Oh, they send in or wait. Like 95 day plus July 13th. That's like mid-October.
Here's the real good question, though, is are we sure that CGC will go back to doing on-site grading?
I don't know.
I have my doubts on that. I think that they have switched that business unit over to in-house signings.
I wonder about that, if they're just going to keep doing the in-house signing thing. And yeah. It'll be interesting to see if they actually do on-site. But so Thrawn #1. It's already like, so that's a 9.8 that I found in my Comic Shop's back issue bin for cover. so if I find another one for a good deal or something, I might sell this one. We'll see. Probably will lean towards selling it, depending on what it goes for. And then I just picked this up a little while ago, the Thrawn action figure variant. It does have a spine tick that I think keeps it from being a 9.8, but I'll still do okay, even on a 9.6, especially if I wait till he like shows up in a show, and then that thing will go like crazy. So those are 14 of the 15. I then was like, I didn't have anything specific I was going to do the 15th spot. I went back and forth. Unruly just sent me 2 candidates last week, like right here behind me, the Stray Dogs and the Something is Killing the Children. I think I'm going to wait and get this signed by Frizen at a C2E2 and do it there. I'm going to wait on that. I think I'm going to wait for now on the Stray Dogs and just do it at a later thing. Oh, there you go. Next big con I'm going to is Planet in August, but I know there's some before that are like, there's some bigger cons that are happening before that even. So I went back and forth. There were several other books I considered that were around similar values to the one I'm going to send. Like I considered sending this. This is like a $250, $300 book now. That first Gabby. I considered finally sending this and seeing if I had if I got my Bear Island 9.6 or if I got my D-Rock 9.8.
Bear also has a 9.8 though.
Oh, I know, but it's but that was really a D-Rock. Well, you lifted him up to the rim and he
and I let him dunk it.
And let him dunk.
It was adorable.
There you go, MegaCon. That's happening a little before that. NYCC I think is in October or November, which is kind of when it usually is actually.
I would love to go to that one because I've never been to New York, and I don't want to live in New York. Nothing against New York. It's too big of a city for me. But
I considered sending this, but I bought this last year before PlanetCon when Adam Hughes was supposed to be there, and I bought it specifically to get him to sign and slab. And he's not going to be at PlanetCon this year. I'm going to hold out and hope that I'm in a con he's at sometime in the next couple of years, and he'll do that.
You can always slab it at another time. Like
Yeah, it's sitting in a top loader in a box. It's not like it's going to get worse. Second print of the first Gwynnum, which is also going for a couple $100.
Nice.
I considered that. I have the first print slabbed already. Those were basically all the things I considered and didn't do. Decided not to submit. So you guys are going to be like, Unruly's about to have a fit that I'm going to slab this book, but it's a 9.8. It's a $250, $300 book. I'm just going to get this done.
Now, I'll tell you, though, Jimmy has had some bad experiences with that book. Nothing that he's done to them, but there were a lot of those. And I learned this from Jimmy when he took us on the Chicago tour during C2E2.
Yeah.
A lot of those books had a defect that bumped it down to a 9.6.
Oh, yeah? What was the defect?
Jimmy will let you know in the comments section. Mine turned out to be a 9.6, even with on-site grading.
Wow. He says, flip that sucker. I think it's down a little bit. It might be down. I looked. It was still 250 pretty consistently. So, yeah. Like, even now, like, it's down a little bit. It was, a couple months ago, it was more 300-ish, but tears along the back of the spine. I did not see.
Is that a flip book for you?
Yeah. Tears along the back of the spine.
Which is it's an easy thing to overlook. Most people look at front cover, and especially on modern.
Turn away, TJ. I'm taking it out of the bag and board.
Woo.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Nice.
Spine looks.
Oh, it's got it. I see it.
Where?
I don't see shit.
Yeah. So yeah. No, I would be surprised if it's not a 9.8, but you never know. It's CGC. I mean, they're grading it. It's always a little. Like I've had books come back and I'm like, what? And I've had books come back and I'm like, that was not a 9.8. So we've all been there. It's like,
I've got my first appearance of Bishop should easily be a 9.4 or 9.2, and I have it in a CGC 9.8.
Yeah. So, but I'm going to send it and just get it done. And then it's kind of just an add-in on this one. None of the others I'm in a rush to get. I'm not really in a rush to get that one done. I just figured, we'll get it done. And I doubt I flipped that one just because I clicked Batman first appearances. Batman related first appearances, so that one probably stays. But
I think you should also collect Batman first appearances.
I wish. I wish I could collect the Batman first appearance. Yes, that would be nice.
That would be cool.
Somebody's got an extra one. They just want to, trade me for like this Punchline book. Straight up, first appearance of Batman for first appearance of Punchline. Straight up, I'd do it.
Do it.
And TJ's not wrong if that were to happen. Like if she makes, yeah. So we'll see. So those are the 15 books. So I got I made my notes. My predictions after he messes with them. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Did you leave a space on there for Jimmy to give you his predictions after?
No, there's space. It can go between the result. There's room to write Jimmy's predictions if he wants to add them. So
yeah, that makes it better.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll let him do that if he wants. So yeah, you can definitely make a column right there and just put them right down between. So, but those are my thoughts. 10 of them I think should be 9.8s, a couple of 9.4s, a couple of 9.6s. So we'll see. But yeah, those are my 15 books. 9 across the board. After you're done with them, 9-0 across the board, huh? But that is, so I'm going to try to get these boxed up and sent out here in the next, either tomorrow or Thursday for sure. Get those on their way to him and get the process started because it is not a short process right now.
Yeah.
It is freaking forever.
At least you don't have to wait for CCS pressing.
No, yeah.
Like that.
Oh my gosh, CCS right now, it would be a year. It would be like
There's
no
might be
way.
a decade.
Yeah, right now, if you send those to CCS, A, they do a poor job, but B, like I wouldn't. There's no way I'd have them back before the movie came out.
I envision one guy working in the pressing department, and there's one press,
And he's part time.
and he does 3 books a day, and he works 2 days a week.
Yeah, yeah. He puts in like 20 hours a week or something. Yeah. I feel like that's seems about right.
There's no way there's more than that.
Right now, I feel like that's how many people are in the shipping department, like opening boxes. There's one guy working like half a day a week.
They did at least offer up the where you can type in a tracking number.
Yeah,
and they'll tell you we own the box now, but we're not opening it yet.
I just don't understand getting behind on that aspect of the operation. I can understand getting behind on the grading, like the book setting there forever.
I can tell you exactly why they do it, because their turnaround time doesn't start until they've opened it.
Well, now they claim they've actually changed that now, that they're actually accounting for that in the turnaround time.
Oh, then I
or at least I swear I saw them like something where it was saying that they like the 115 or whatever days now accounts for the time it's sitting in the box. But like maybe I'm wrong. If that's the case, I will barely make the movie as is right now. Like given what if the days don't start till they open it, because they're probably not opening it till. Like if it gets there in early September, they're not opening at that second the rate they're going right now till like mid-November, early December.
Yeah,
I mean they're May 3rd, the week of May 3rd. We're June 14th, 13th, June 13th. It's like So
we've shown all the books and we bashed CGC a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I want to flip the other side of the story, and this isn't CGC's fault. Do you think there's too many people sending books in that have no business ever being graded?
Yes.
And here's the deal. Like I work in a business where we have to hire people, and it's hard to hire people because we have a budget for what we're allowed to pay people, and we never can pay people enough, and it's tough to get staffing. Guarantee you they're going through that same thing.
Yeah.
Especially in a position like receiving, because that person, other than being careful with the book, doesn't have to grade it. They don't have to be a pro or an expert. I guarantee you they're not paying much for that. And so I wish that collectors would stop sending in 50 copies of New Comic Book Day books, hoping that it turns into the next Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yeah. No price. No price. I get what you're saying, Jimmy, but that has like at this point, how long did that book take to have value? Like a long freaking time. And like the amount of just like people that send in store variants that most likely are going to be worth nothing. Like those store variants, like the store variants that hold value are like 1 in a 500, like store variants or less. Like actually hold some value. And people send in all of those things to get slapped. There's so many books that come out this week that are already going because there's some first appearance in it that might someday possibly maybe be something that then you see on eBay for $30 plus shipping.
Yeah.
And like, I do think that bogs down the system like a little bit. All of it, who did? I'll do a really quick recap at the end. I'll flash the books here right before we go, but it took a rumor of a TV show. Yeah. It's a sexy store variant. There are no store variants in my stack. There is a couple of variants, but there's no store variants in my stack. So, but I think as collectors, we're playing a role. Well, you think about the people there were fist fights over brand new Pokemon cards, and people were sending those things in. Like just the whole market and collectors in general have lost their freaking mind in the last year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. These are ones I'm sending, and yes, I'm sending them to CGC because I had my membership rolled over back in the spring before it got really stupid, and I have a $150 credit, so I'm going to use it. So we'll see how things go if that happens again next year, or if I don't renew my membership when the time comes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, people pulling out guns at Target to get Pokemon cards. It's freaking insane.
I actually predicted that 5 years ago.
Did you really?
No. Who dat? How you doing, brother?
Yeah. So here we go. Just for who dat and anybody coming in late, we'll do a quick recap. 15 books going. Most of these, the majority are to sell. 3 copies of Thor #1 that I hope to have back in time for Thor: Love and Thunder.
298s and 196.
Yeah, 298s and 194, I would guess.
196.
I don't think it'll make a 96. So we'll see. And then I hope by sending them now, I'll get by next May for Love and Thunder 1 copy of the 1 in 25 of that same book by Fiona Staples. Also to sell 2 copies of #2 from that series. That also goes for a pretty penny or decent money, and we'll go for more when we get a trailer of her in the costume and holding the hammer. 1 copy of God of Thunder 25, where she makes a little cameo. So those are like mostly, I'll keep some copies of those, but those are mostly like to flip based on that movie.
Carlito Classico.
There will be a dump truck of peanuts back. If I cancel my membership, again, they have to earn my business, TJ, and keep earning it. I'm not blind loyal to nobody. It just doesn't work that way. Not corporations. F no.
Yeah, TJ, I gotta side with JP on that one.
Yeah.
They do need to find a way to right the storm in order to maintain my membership as well. Mine goes up in November, and I'm already leaning on not renewing, not forever, but
until they get their act together.
Yeah, like I might just vote with my wallet and not renew that until they get it back together. Like, yeah, I need that.
No, I'm not rewarding poor business. Like, if they're not taking care of customers, I'm not going to continue to reward it. Like, I'll go elsewhere, or I'll just keep them in top loaders. They look pretty good in a Mylar and a top loader. Like, I can wait.
I will say that the point I brought up earlier about people sending in all the variant covers and all the new comic book day stuff that's really not worth much yet. I give them a pass for a little while. It'll take them time to dig their way out. If they're serious about doing that, I will give them my business still. But if they just have this be the new status quo, absolutely not.
No, if next April rolls around, which is when my membership doesn't roll, and they're still at 100+ days, I'm not renewing. If they've made progress, then we keep going. As long as they continue to show that they're like working for customers, then that's one thing. But if they're just going to be like, nah, we're not worried about this. We don't care about customers' concerns about turnaround time. We're making money. We're going to keep going the way we're going. Then they're not continuing. You have to continue to earn my business. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
So, DC Comics presents 26. I think this has got legit shot in a 9.4. I'm hoping. That's the only kind of older book in this modern submission. Yeah.
I wonder how far into the future we need to get for that tier to change and not be 1975 anymore.
I'm surprised I'm surprised when they did the update, it didn't.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
I'm surprised it didn't go to 90, like when they did the update prices. So we'll see. I'm not saying that like I said, I don't know that I'll send it to anybody because CBCS is starting to go down the same track of being behind too. Like both companies have to earn my business. That's my stated fact. Like,
no, CBCS when they moved to Dallas,
theirs
the
was
exact same. Yeah, they were awful.
Well, and that's when they lost. Like I had made a submission right before they did that. I got my books back. It went to that, and it went to crap, and that's how they lost my business. And I went completely to CGC. That was before TJ and everything else. Like when their times went to terrible, that's how CBCS lost me at the beginning. Like, because at the beginning my plan was to do both companies anyway. Like, and
I remember that when we went to Planet Comic Con, you did an on-site submission, not on-site grading, but on-site submission to both.
Yeah, and they lost my business because their turnaround times got stupid. Like, and they weren't taking care of customers. And so, yeah, that's how they lost at the beginning. Now they've righted the ship. They appear to be, though, drifting down the same path CGC is because people are sending in so many books. They're swamped. I'm not saying it's completely CGC's fault that they're swamped, but I do think they haven't been taking the right measures to try to fix it. They haven't prioritized fixing it, in my opinion, yet. So we'll see. Yeah. Looking for comics. Some dude walked up and asked me where the cards are. I said, I don't know. He got legit mad and said I was lying.
They should be by the comic books. I mean, that's where they're at every Walmart.
No, they usually are, but I haven't seen hardly any cards for a long time in my Walmart. So
no, they're cleaned out.
Yeah. Green Lantern 20, Jessica Cruz. This is HBO Max show. And I had picked these up. These were cheap when I picked these up. Justice League 9.8 on this. I think the Spine Tick makes this a 9.6, but I'll still do okay if it's a 9.6 for turning it, selling that one. And then I don't get the Pokemon. Wrong Generation Carlito, just like me. Silk #1, the Stacey Lee 1 in 25 variant. I just love this cover. So that one's a me book. I think that's got a shot at 9.8. The second print of that Silk #1. That's a turn and burn book. She's got a TV show coming. That's what that's about. We know Thrawn is coming to one of those Star Wars shows at some point in the next year or so. That's what that's about. Thrawn #1 and the variant. And then, yeah, it's a book that I eventually was going to get graded. So it's just the throw in this time. So there you go.
Nice.
So, sorry, Dave Maris. Yeah, I didn't tell you. Yeah, and as long as they fix it, they'll keep getting my business. But they got to show progress, and right now they're not showing progress. So we'll see. They're getting my business right now. I'm sending books. It's not like I'm abandoning them already, but the fact that I'm not going to have blind loyalty, no corporation will ever earn that from me. They're just not going to happen.
And what you're getting, what I'm getting at earlier when I talked about the receiving bit, is it doesn't need to be a comic book pro. Like I understand that hiring 30 extra graders right now might not be very easy. There's not just comic book graders sitting all over the place.
No, and you got to train them. And yeah, I get it. It takes time.
I think they should open up facilities, like multiple facilities around the country, and hire graders in different regions.
Yeah.
Because I think or you have to make your graders rich and have them all come to Florida.
Jimmy, they're 2 months behind on check-ins right now.
Yeah.
They're checking in books for May 3rd. That to me, that's the part that I find semi inexcusable, is that they're letting stuff sit in boxes for that long.
Yeah.
To me, that stuff should be, I don't care, open those boxes, get them in the vault, get them in the system. That should be a priority. That, and those people don't need the training that graders do. Getting people hired to clear out that backlog, and that backlog has went from a couple of weeks to two plus months, in the last 2 months. Like to me, that's the inexcusable. That's the part to me that's not showing that they're taking this wait time seriously.
Yeah.
Like trying to fix it seriously. That's the part that concerns me. They fix that, even if the grading turnaround times don't change much, but they fix that. That to me shows progress. But they got to fix that. Like, I think that's inexcusable for my package to arrive tomorrow and not be opened until right now. It'd be almost the 1st of October at their current rate. That's insane, in my opinion. So, and to me, the fact that they've let it get to that point. Now, part of that was April was when they announced the price changes, and they got absolutely dumped with books.
Yeah, but that's something that they should have been able to know that was going to happen.
Yeah,
and that was probably just poor timing. Like,
yeah,
hey, service is a little spotty right now. Price increase. Like, oh, come on. Price increase should always come with added benefits.
Yeah, should. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not, like, this was a mini rant, but as long as they fix things, then I'm good. But they got to start fixing things. Like Jimmy said, there's lots of factors going on. And as long as they show progress, I'm okay with it. But if this becomes a status quo, I'm not okay with it. And that's my point. So, all right, I'm going to get off of that and probably get off of here. So those are the 15 books. Send them to my man, Jimmy the Geek Aficionado. He's going to press those suckers and send them on. And we'll see what happens in like March or April of 2022.
You'll probably have made like 300 videos between now and then.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there'll be like, if I didn't have a list, there's no way I would remember what the hell I submitted. So, yeah. So yeah, this is one definitely you don't want to like go in and check like every day. Which one's this? Which one's this? Like you need to literally forget about these books for like 6 months. So I did. Let's see. The submission I sent in March, I got in June, but the time has literally doubled or more from then because that was like 60 some odd business days. Yeah, now they're talking 115 for moderns. So yeah, it's gotten insane. I actually have 3. I actually printed 3. So I have 3 packing slips. One I'm going to send to Jimmy, and then if he needs one, I have the email too. But like, and then the other 2 I'm going to keep with my comic stuff where I know where they're at. So
nice.
In case I need to mail him one, or we can print one, or whatever.
Dude, who dat just brought up a comment that I like.
Oh, send it in the same box and put the walkthrough on it. I thought about that. I don't know. I don't really have a walkthrough book, but
would it be worth it though to get all your books checked in sooner and hopefully graded sooner though?
Maybe. I don't know that it shouldn't. If that actually affects it, then that to me is disappointing in them. Like that they're not handling their shit the right way. To me, if they're doing that, but we already know that the signature books bump the line every time they do one of those damn signature events. Yeah. So, yeah.
Who dat? I will try that on my next submission, and I will let you know how it goes.
There you go. Yeah, out of order CGCs are missing. Yeah. Oh yeah, well, it's Frisian, Carlito. Everybody loves that print. Can't do that; they get pissed. You know. Well, I don't think it would actually speed up anything. It would get your box open faster, but so it might get them checked into the system faster. It's not going to speed up the overall process, though, or it shouldn't. But we'll see. So we'll see. All right, we went an hour. I only plan to do like 20 minutes. So,
Nice.
so there you go. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it is weird what they're doing. Like, well, there's people that sent in their books after me that immediately went to scheduled for grading, and then they sat scheduled for grading for like ever. Mine were received forever, my last submission, and then scheduled for grading, and then 2 days later they were grading and finalized image shipped or whatever. Like, it was like once they went there, it was quick. So it's just, it's weird how they do the process, that it's not the same. DGC is the way of the future. We just need some startup funds.
DGC is the way of the past.
we need the right investor group. Is what DGC.
It got tough once I started having actual customers, and I wasn't doing it for fun anymore, and I couldn't do it anymore. Like,
well, I tell you, like, that's been the thing that I've thought about is like, now that like the channel's monetized and I like technically make a little money off of this, and it's like my comic, like, well, the one that went out of business, like for a while he was talking to me about like advertising or whatever, like maybe a sponsorship thing, and like I just don't want to be obligated to anybody. Like, I do this for me, and like I don't really want it to be a business, even though like I put a lot of time in it that I should probably, like, it'd be nice to make a little something out of it, but it's like I don't want to be obligated to have to do this. If I want to take a week off, other than pissing off TJ, I don't want to have to worry about it. Like, well, this is true. That would take forever.
I appreciate that. Hey, and my thing was I didn't joke. The grades were not real, so it's like PGX.
Yeah. Well, at least you were honest that your grades were not real. So like there. So DGC ride 0. There you go.
I still have 10 of those slabs left, and I may do something with them at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do them in, like, I'm taking orders type of thing. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You would do something, like, if you were going to do, like, something for somebody or something,
Well, like, when
or giveaway or something.
That Poison Ivy A-OK for you. Like, I made a DGC for that. That was fun for me. Like, I enjoyed making that. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not fun token. I don't even know how that works. So, all right. Thank you, George, for hanging out. Thanks to everybody else for hanging out. Hopefully I didn't like him. TJ's already threatening me with more packing peanuts. So there you go. Yeah. He's going to back a dump truck up to my house. It's okay. I'll just, put them in a box and send them back. Well, have Daymare send them back.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't worked, All right. Later, everybody.